Okay, so are we ready?
I think so.
Hey, what's up you guys? I'm Esther and welcome back to my channel, and today we're making strawberry sweet rolls. So, today I'm feeling good, feeling caffeinated, feeling fresh. We're going to start with our milk and our butter. We have both of these. This is just melted margarine. It's 1 cup. And this is 4 cups of coconut milk. I'm going to sprinkle in half a cup of sugar real quick. Stir that up. Stir it nice and good and fresh. And then we're going to put in 2 tablespoons of yeast. It's the equivalent of 2 packages from the store. And we're going to sprinkle that in here. And we're going to leave it for about 1 minute. So it can just get nice and foamy. And this is 11 cups of flour and 2 teaspoons of salt. That's going to be our dry mix. That'll go in here for a second. We're just waiting for yeast to puff, and then we'll put both of these in and mix them up. So we're just going to do a little waiting dance for a minute while we wait for the yeast. Do you see my yeast? Do you see my yeast, baby?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, whatever. We're going to put it in here. My camera is struggling focusing, so if anybody out there has some great camera tips for me, please let me know, because I'm just a beginner camera user. But I'm a great culinary person. That's why I'm the one making the rolls. And my lovely assistant Chloe's the one filming me. Anyway, that yeast and milk is in there and the sugar, and we're just going to add this cup of melted margarine. These are vegan, by the way, because I only make vegan stuff. Because I'm vegan. Shocker. We have that, and we're going to just pull this up. We have our dough hook in. We're going to let that mix up a little bit, just our yeast and our butter. We're going to drop our flour in here. Chloe not caring, just filming the outside. It's whatever. It's fine. Try and get all of your flour in the bowl. Unlike me. Perfect. And we're going to just mix up our dough for like a solid 5 to 7 minutes. Why are you saying?
It means more dishes. I have to do more dishes.
I'm sorry your life is so hard.
It smells really good.
Dough, baby, and it's looking beautiful and well conditioned and amazing. So we're going to just stop it.
Smells good.
Our nice dough, baby. And we're going to take it and basically like form it into a little ball. Wrap it under itself. Wrap it over. Kind of just get it under there. Oh, it's nice and heavy. Nice hefty boy. Hefty son. And we're gonna just slap it in this bowl, and we'll leave it for 1 hour so it can proof and raise and get all nice and bubbly and grow into a big sun. And I'll be back in 1 hour so we can roll out our babies. Okay, so we are back over here. Our dough is rising over there. It is almost ready. We're going to cook down the strawberries that we need to fill our strawberry sweet rolls. So we have about 4 cups of strawberries here. I'm just going to throw in a quick splash of lemon juice. No need to measure, just a little glug glug. And then we're going to take a little bit of vanilla extract, and you're going to just add a splash. So probably about like 2 teaspoons. And then you're going to add about half a cup of sugar, throw it in there. And a little pinch of salt because it enhances the flavor, but you don't have to add it if you don't want to. But you know what? We're going to turn the heat right on. And we're going to start a stir and cooking these down. And they're going to cook down for a while because strawberries, these came from the freezer. They'll get really watery with the sugar, and then we want some of the water to cook out and for them to thicken a little bit. So this is probably going to take about 15 to 20 minutes, and then I'll get back to you to show you how they look, and we'll roll out the dough. So, oops.
Bro, you didn't cut those?
I didn't cut them.
Bro.
Well, freezer strawberries are like so easy, especially for this, because you're going to cook them anyway. Why would I go to the trouble of like cooking a ton of fresh strawberries when I'm going to cook them down into a jam and then put them in a roll and then bake them again in the oven? Like, that just doesn't make sense.
Dumb.
Dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb.
Cut. Action.
Hey guys, we are back here to roll our dough. This is actually really heavy. So we have our dough baby. He's doubled in size. We have our strawberries ready over here. And I'm just going to forewarn you, this is going to look like a massacre. We're going to do it anyway. So we're just going to pull out our dough baby right here. He looks beautiful. We're going to flatten him out a little and we're going to roll it into like a big, big rectangle. This is nice dough.
Esther, what's his name?
Cornelison.
She names everything.
His name is Corny for short.
That is nice dough.
This is really nice dough. See, like, so we're just gonna squish this out. Cause we're rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. Just rolling out our dough for a while. It's really soft and like really heavy, which is a good sign for your dough. And you can like pull it a little bit. You just want it to be about maybe ½ an inch thick in the end. You want it a little bit wider. Okay, so this is our dough all rolled out into its rectangle. We are ready for the massacre section of it. So I have this margarine here. It's been mostly melted. It was supposed to be softened, but it was in the fridge, so I just like melted it. But that's gonna be fine, because we're just gonna spread it out onto this. Like you would for cinnamon rolls, where you just put like the butter and then the brown sugar. This is just gonna be margarine and white sugar, and then the strawberries instead of cinnamon. And I've also learned that like nobody really knows what strawberry sweet rolls are, so now you're learning. You're gonna learn a delicious thing, a delicious and amazing treat. See, nice and greasy and gross. Blech. And so we're gonna take this and we're gonna sprinkle it on here and just spread it out just like you would for a cinnamon roll. Perfect, perfect. And this is the massacre part. So this is how our strawberries ended up looking. They've cooled down a little and they're like a little bit liquidy still. But you know what? That's the good part about them. We're just gonna dump them on here. Okay, so I put more frozen strawberries on this because I didn't cook enough strawberries. Whoops. But it's fine. They'll just cook in the oven. The real reason for like cooking down the strawberries in the first place is so you can get like the sugar and vanilla and all of that in there. So the frozen strawberries won't hurt it. It'll be fine. This is a really soft dough, but it's nice.
I got a question. Why don't you roll it the other way?
Because that would make like such a thick roll.
Oh. Strawberries are coming out.
I know, that's why it's like a massacre. This is like the least massacre I've ever had with this.
The least?
Yeah, the least.
Really?
Yeah, usually it ends up all over the table. We're just moving him like a little snake all the way back so I can cut it. And my hands are a mess, and all of this is a mess. But you know what? It's a delicious mess. I made a really long vlog, but it's not all for me. I'm sharing it with lots of people, so don't judge. This is a double recipe. I'll put a half recipe in the description below. Or I guess just one recipe. I'm gonna cut these in about like 1.5 inches thick segments. Just gonna eyeball it. 19! And we're gonna stick them on this tray. But I'm just gonna reach all the way over. This spray just has parchment paper and it's been sprayed with some non-stick spray. And so we're just gonna put our strawberry rolls right on here. See what I mean about the massacre? It's disgusting, but whatever. Okay, so those are going to proof again for about 30 to 45 minutes till they double in size and they're second proof. And then we'll put them in the oven. Are you ready to rumble? Ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, So we have butter in here. It's about 1 cup of butter. We're making the frosting for the strawberry sweet rolls, which are proofing over there for a while. So gotta do something in our spare time. So 1 cup of butter, 4 cups of powdered sugar. We're just gonna dump that right in. And then we're just gonna add a little bit of salt to take away from like the sweetness of it. And then we're gonna add just a splash of vanilla. And then we're gonna add a little bit of lemon juice in here because it pairs nicely with the strawberries and it gives a little bit of the flavor of like a cream cheese frosting would have, especially because we're not even using vegan cream cheese. We're going to use this for our liquid and it's going to be great and stellar and fabulous. If you don't want a cream cheese-esque frosting, you can use coconut milk, almond milk, any like dairy replacement for this frosting. So we're just going to close this right up and the powdered sugar is going to go everywhere in a second, so that's fine. We're just going to start mixing on slow till it gets incorporated enough.
I would mix it on high.
Well, it needs to get so it doesn't like right away.
It's fun. It doesn't.
Ta-da! Wow, that's terrible. There we go. And this is going to mix for about 7 minutes because that's what buttercream and all the frostings mix for, to get light and fluffy. So this is our frosting. I'll catch you in a few minutes when we frost the sweet rolls. Bye. Okay, so we're back. We have the frosting and we have these out of the oven. They're nice and poofy and beautiful. And so we're just gonna take the time to frost them with our lovely frosting real fast. Ooh. Ooh. I'm a frosting person. I don't know about you guys, but I think frosting is amazing.
Are you?
Well, I don't really like love making frosting, to be honest, but I love decorating. Like, I love decorating cakes. If the frosting was always just like made and ready, I'd be a cake decorator for sure. Like,
are you implying that I'll just always make your frosting?
you didn't even make my frosting this time. All right. So I'm gonna do your taste test right here. I'm just gonna pull this one out from its bondage. I'm a little bit sugared out right now, so this might not be like the best thing I've ever eaten in my entire life, but I'm sure it'll taste good. I'm gonna eat it with a spoon because getting a fork is gonna be super hard. So this is it, all frosted and beautiful and full of strawberries. And so we're just gonna give it a nice little tasty taste for you. Maybe.
Just take a big chomp out of it.
Whoop. This is good. It's bready and it feels like strangely healthy because of the strawberries in it, and it's like so soft and light and fluffy, and like the frosting just makes it a little sweet and so good.
Was it worth the wait?
For sure. Even though it took like 5 hours.
Literally.
But it wasn't like 5 hours like working the whole entire time. A lot of it was just like waiting for proofing and like whatever. This is so good. I'm gonna keep eating it.
You have to do your outro sometime.
One of these days, I'll get around to it. Okay. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up down below and hit the subscribe button to get more content just like this every Wednesday. I'm gonna go keep eating this, and if you want to make them and eat them along with me, then I will put all of the instructions and ingredients in the description down below, along with all my other social media, so you can go check it out. My Instagram for food is Create Art Gain Life, and all my other social media, including TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, are ebony.gray, and those will be down below. So I love you so much, my little beans, and goodbye.
As she keeps eating.
I like them. I think they're great.